Hey folks, so today I'm gonna do a quick video on how to change the gear in the final drive on a John Deere 70D. Before I started this, I couldn't find anything really online for it, so I figured I'd make a video about it. Fortunately, I do have the original operator's manual, John Deere 70D Excavator, and shows right here for the swing gearbox and track gearbox oils. You're going to run 85 140 from 14 degrees to 122 degrees. That most closely fits what I'm going to be doing with it. It could be anything. The only thing that they recommend is that it is a GL5 gear oil. I got some Harvest King 85 weight 140 gear oil. Picked up this pump setup from Tractor Supply. I would recommend doing that if you're going to try to do it with little squeeze tubes or anything like that. It is a huge pain. And the only other things you're going to need is a 14 millimeter hex and 19 millimeter socket to pull the drain plug out. Other than that, it's pretty easy. Start up your machine and warm it up a little bit. Go out your final drive, oil warmed up a little bit before you go to drain it so it flows out a little bit easier. And when you stop it, make sure that whichever side you're doing is oriented the same way as this one. So you want your fill plug high of the center point, and then the plug directly below it is going to be your drain plug. So let's pop that off there real quick. One thing I should mention is when this comes out, it just kind of shoots right out of there. So immediately after saying be careful because it shoots right out of there, I got a face full of gear oil. It does come out like a rocket, so stand back. The next thing you're gonna do is take that 14 millimeter hex and put it in the fill plug. That'll loosen up and allow it to vent all the oil out. So as you can see in the maintenance area, whenever you check the gearbox oil, you draw an imaginary line between those two bolts and make sure that your fill plug is centered right there, so it's on the high side of center. So when we go to fill it, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to give it a little time to drain. I think they were overfilled before. So you'll see I've rotated the final drive to be in the exact orientation that it shows in the operator's manual, with the fill hole upright. This is not something that it necessarily recommended, but I tilted the machine up a little bit because of how thick the fluid is. I figured I would overfill it slightly, spin it around a few times, and then set the machine back level to let any excess run out the face of the final drive. Also, right now is a good time to check and see if your rollers on the bottom are in good working order. I found one of mine, the center one here, was seized up, so I'll have to order a new one. The OEM ones as well also have an oil port right on them right there. For the drain plug, that's a H-bolt, I believe. So if you're wondering the torque spec, it should be 217 foot-pounds. And this is the least fun part here, is refilling it. You have your gears right inside there, so there's not really a good spot I just dropped the hook. This is also why I tilted the machine back. And just take a lot of patience because it takes a while to pump it. So when it starts to run out like that, this is when I'm gonna drop the machine down so that it's level again. And then I'll put the plug in and rotate it a few times to work the oil in and then pop it out and check. So it took me a couple tries, but I fill it up, cycle the track a few times, fill it up a little more, cycle the track a few times, and then I set the machine down level. And when I had a little bit coming out, I torqued the fill plug down. Well, there you have it. It was a pretty easy task to do. As a disclaimer, I am not a mechanic. You shouldn't be under the machine if it's not blocked up. Don't use one to hold it up. John Deere recommends checking that every 250 hours, checking your oil level. So I'll probably check it a couple times when I'm running it tomorrow and see how things work out. Anyways, hope that helped you. If it did, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to do a couple more videos on the John Deere 70D anyways at some point. Thanks for watching.